Hello everyone, Nevyka here. Welcome to this next episode of Let's Play Trails of Cold Steel 3. We have finished talking to all the guests. Very nice, very wholesome chats with random groups like this put together. I appreciated it. And but it's time to continue and see what's gonna go down. We're gonna finally get to speak to the Emperor now, maybe? There are even more people now. I should wait it out. I should wait it out a bit longer. Yes, I'm guessing to go talk to those other people that just walk. Oh! Now I can see what you guys were complaining about in the freaking comments. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow, I thought I was done. Oh good lord. I'm so sorry guys. Let's get started. Well, hello there, Marquis. It's been a while, eh? A little over a year, if I'm remembering right. Ah, yes, we last spoke when the province was having those flooding issues. The dam you oversaw construction of has been working excellently. It's already gone a long way towards improving the livelihoods of our local farmers. I'm glad to hear it. It's a good thing we were able to proceed with this project, free of my demon daughter's influence. My, Master Gwyn. Well, the chairman has been a great help to us too, in her own way. Ah, and you must be Sharon. I hear your efforts were indispensable in helping us expand St. Ark's airport. Celestine was truly grateful for the assistance. Oh, I was only working in Chairman Irena's stead. Besides, Mr. Celestine's finesse in getting permission from the railways was just as important. Oh, that reminds me. Didn't you work with Celestine at the maid campus last year? A super butler and a super maid working shoulder to shoulder. And maybe the two of them pressed more than that together? Oh, well, he's 30 years old now. He's 30 years old now and like a son to me. I'd be happy to discuss arrangement between the two. Oh my god. Oh my, no. It would be far too great an honor for me. Oh, well, they're having fun. I'm surprised by how many people the Reinfords know. I guess it makes sense, though, given how big their company is. Oh yeah, of course. Imagine Celestine and Sharon, the cleanest household ever. The best food. This is such a lovely party. You certainly seem to be enjoying yourself. I am, but for one concern. Will Lady Elisa's feelings be reciprocated when it comes time to dance? Absolutely not. You should be concerned. I mean, let me think it over. The longer I stay in this conversation, the more she'll make me squirm. First the princess, now this party is a minefield. You probably wouldn't think it, but Marquis Hyams and I go back quite a ways. Not quite old colleagues, but I had the opportunity to work with him on a number of matters concerning infrastructure. Yes, it was around 10 years ago during the time the plans were being drawn up for the modernization of the nation's railway network. Leave it to the man who used to sit in the big chair at Reinford to talk about Marquis Hyams like just another business associate. Gwen, please. Ah, Reen, good to see you again. I hear you've been working miracles in the other provinces just as you did in Sutherland. It wasn't just me. I had help from a huge number of people. I saw you speaking with the Emperor and the Chancellor earlier. Ah, yes. I saw General Le Guin and Brigadier General Bardius heading to present themselves, and I couldn't help but be nosy and go stand with them. I wouldn't call it nosiness. You have a genuine concern for others. That's what we need in times like these. By the way, is Celestine here with you? Ah, he's with my oldest son at the party City Hall is hosting. I hope he's been helpful to those of you at the branch campus. helpful. If I started to list off everything he's done for us, we'd be here all night. I hope the summer festival concludes without incident. Oh, the foreshadowing. Well, worrying about it won't do us any good. May Adios and the Lionheart Emperor guide us. Oh, I wonder if something's bothering him. Of course, Green, you should know better. Every time there's a gathering, something goes down. Always. Wow, so that was when you and Brigadier General Bardius first met. I'm sure your little duel ended up wrecking everything around you for a whole Selge. Well, duels are an excellent way to deepen one's bonds. That is true, isn't it, P? Oh, it is. Now that you mention it, I guess so, yeah. Taking a trip down memory lane, I see? Yes, we're listening to Countess Le Guin's tales from when she was a student. After the school year began, she took control of the fencing club and declared war on all the other clubs. Oh my god, that is so something Aurelia would do. She beat the swimming club in a swimming race, the chess club at chess. Any club that lost to her had to join the fencing club. Finally, she challenged Brigadier General Bardius, the president of the riding club, to a jousting match. I've heard bits and pieces of the story before, but there's so many things wrong with that story. The match went on for 2 hours without a winner. It finally ended in a draw when we each knocked the other off our horses simultaneously. It was that moment that Wallace became an important person to me. He's my right hand and my comrade, a rival and a partner. As a fellow swordsman, I'm jealous of you. Having someone like that would be incredible. Laura, hello. Hello, right here, right here. Someone who's a nemesis, but also a friend. I think I get it. Since we have the chance, I'd like to hear your stories too. I've wondered about Laura, but I'm sure your history is just as fascinating. Have you, by chance, met the leader of the Red Constellation? Perhaps the War God? Or maybe an S-rank bracer? I've seen the War God's successor, but I haven't met any of the S-rank bracers yet. Well, it's understandable. There are only a small handful of them on the entire continent, after all. They're really getting into the conversation now. I shouldn't be surprised that Aurelia already knew Laura. And I think she'll get along great with V2. Oh yeah, for sure. So you're a bracer, are you? I'm surprised to see such strong members of the guild as yourself and the Purple Lightning. Speaking of, I hear she's acquainted with my master as well. Yes, that's correct. She and my father share a mutual respect. Way I hear it, the guild's been trying to recruit you for a while now. If you joined, they'd probably bump you straight up to S rank. Oh, is that so? Now I'm even more curious. Perhaps being a bracer would be a refreshing change of pace for me. I'm not so sure about that. It may not be the best fit. I'm sure she's just joking around like usual, right? But if she did become a bracer, I can just picture the look on Sarah and Tolval's faces. Like, that's it. We don't need any more bracers. All we need is Aurelia. We may be understaffed, but I think adding the principal to our ranks might be overkill. And even if we did, we'd have her and Sarah butting heads every day. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Still, I'm kind of glad she offered. I hope we can keep having little chats like this from now on. I hope so too. It's not too bad conversing with the young every now and then. The bracer issues aside, this is a good chance for me to learn more about the two of them. The Countess's position is a difficult one. Despite having reached the top of her current field, her ambition still knows no bounds. We cannot lose to them, Reen. We shall make our way forward together. Always, Laura. Always. Atta girl, Laura. Don't be discouraged. It's oh my god, what's wrong with my voice today? It's an honor to be able to speak with you, Your Highness. My name is Muse Egret. I apologize for not being able to meet with you before now. Well, that's not quite true. I remember you visiting the palace about 13 years ago when your parents were still alive. The two of us first met back then. It was then you first met Alphen, too. I remember the two of you playing and laughing. I had no idea. Now that you mention it, I have a few fuzzy memories. I think I was about 4 at the time, so she must have been 3. At the time, I never could have guessed what was going to happen to your parents. These words may be far too late, but my heart goes out to you for your loss. No, I appreciate it. Thank you for your kind words. I guess it's the first time they were able to talk like this. But if her parents came to visit the palace, that must mean... Introducing yourself to the Empress, Muse? Why, yes. I've lived in Heimdall for some time now, but I never had the chance to speak with her. I'm glad I was able to put one of my regrets to rest. I'm sorry it took so long, Muse. Mother had actually been asking me to set up a meeting with you for a little while. But with everything that happened, I'm glad you two were finally able to speak, though. Thank you, Alphen. I guess Muse's circumstances are more complicated than I thought. But I'm glad to hear that she has the Empress and Princess Alphen looking out for her. Oh, so Instructor Reen. Are there any truth to the rumors you'll be dancing with the princess later this evening? Oh, you bitch. Putting me on the spot. I suppose Cedric has been planning for that, but... Well, I did ask before. I'm sure now it would be a bit difficult for you to accept Reen. I explained things to Cedric, so everything should be fine now, and... Is it still happening regardless? I'm sure it's just a misunderstanding, but... Reen told him about the conversation he'd had with Cedric earlier regarding the dance. He did what? Is he still going ahead with this behind my back? I suppose it's been set in stone little by little. I'm sure the two of you will look great together, but I can't help but feel a little jealous. And poor Elise. Yes, that's what's been bothering me most. Huh? What does Elise have to do with this? What? What? Hopeless. Anyway, Muse, please lend me your help. I'm sure that that insidious mind of yours can come up with a plan. That's quite a way to ask for help, but I accept. After all, how could I say no to helping both Elise and my dearest instructor? They've gone off in their own little world. I should start mentally preparing for the dance. Oh god. I better be able to choose who my dance partner is. Gosh, Cedric! Sorry, this whole situation is sort of my fault. No, don't blame yourself. Anyway, we need to figure out how to resolve this as soon as possible. Perhaps I should ask Muse what she thinks. I need to figure something out myself. The obliviousness of yours is going to be your downfall, instructor. Perhaps I'll employ the help of the rest of Class 7 for this one. What did I just get myself into? I had heard Muse was one of your students. I'm truly happy I was able to get the chance to speak with her. I'm not too familiar with everything that's happening over in La Mer. I get the feeling she has some complicated circumstances there. I'm sure she'll be able to tell you about it eventually, one way or another. We seem to be surrounded by so many tragic stories, such as Oliver's past. The way he lost his mother was truly heartbreaking. I've heard a few rumors, like how she was born a commoner. Yes, she was the one the Emperor was truly in love with. I remember it vividly. I was a humble maid back then. They lived far from Heimdall, and he was always trying to find ways to get her to live in the palace with him. Is it okay for me to be hearing about this? Oh, it's fine. Nearly everyone here at the palace knows already. However, after she passed, he accepted the throne and ended up choosing someone from a small noble family to be his wife. Me. We went through some troubles, but eventually Oliver began living with us, and I was blessed with my daughter and son. His Majesty has given Alphen and Cedric his whole heart as their father, but... Oh. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be discussing such things. No, it's fine. Prince Oliver is at the party City Hall is hosting tonight, right? Yes, he's there representing the Imperial family. I hope things will begin to change for the better here in the palace, and for the Vander family too. Yes, I hope for that too. Ooh, girl, you should have just told us. Oh dear, there seems to be something wrong. Alphen does not seem to mind it, however. Reen, I ask that you take good care of my daughter. Your words are too kind. Yeah, everybody wants me to take care of their whatever. Machias, Kurt, and Fritz. What are you three talking about? We're discussing chess. Would you care to join in? Ah, that makes sense now that I think about it. Well, yeah. I had no idea Machias was also in chess club. To have entered that tournament, he must be really skilled. Oh, you were in a tournament? Yeah. There was an amateur chess tournament going on the other day. I happened to have the day off, so I figured it might be fun. But I ended up losing in the semifinals. Oh wow, even getting to the semifinals is impressive on its own. I agree, even though it was for amateurs. The people who place high in those tournaments are often just as good as some pros. Would you mind telling us more about it? Sure thing. It's always nice seeing people bond over shared hobbies. You know, all this talking really has me in the mood for a game of chess. I hope we can play together again someday, Reen. That'd be fun. Even more so if you could get Eustace to join us. Yeah, I guess. Eustace hasn't changed a bit. Still just as intimidating and aloof as he ever was. Someone needs to knock him off his high horse. Sounds like you haven't changed much either, Machias. For real. Apparently, the main campus used to have 2 separate chess clubs. I hear they had quite a heated rivalry between them. Makes sense considering how passionate Machias seems about it. Machias must be quite the skilled player, considering he made it all the way to the semifinals. I wonder if he'd be open to teaching me his secrets someday. You know, these Class 1 students aren't so bad, man. They're pretty cool. Hello, you two. You seem like you're talking about something interesting. We were in the middle of discussing military technology in recent years. There's no stopping the march of progress. We've got weapons today that people couldn't even have dreamed of just a decade ago. That's true. Panzer Soldats, those colossal archaisms, even the railway cannons. Not to mention certain countries almost have fully functional orbital networks. Soon enough, we might even get to the point where even bracers will need to know how to use an orbital terminal. If you can't use an orbital terminal, then the future will be bleak for you. How do you mean? Technological advancements in recent years are due to the development of high-level orbital arithmetic logic units. The orbital network works to connect those. As more and more linked, the possibilities become endless. This new technology is far more advanced than anything that came before it. In fact, I'd go so far as to say we're living through the second orbital revolution. No kidding. If you're saying this is happening as we speak, then... Now this sounds like quite a fascinating little chat. Oh. Hi. Hey there, Lecter. So there you are. Yeah, I was off doing a few patrols of the place. Seems like the palace is secure, though. Phew. All that walking really worked up an appetite. I'm about to be all over this buffet. But by the time I'm done, it'll probably be all over me too. With the way you act, no one would ever know you're a major. Oh yeah, how's progress on those Ramdas, Professor? Right, those were the battle ornaments the Calvardian agents were using. Don't be impatient. I've only just begun the analysis. From my first look at them though, I can tell they're excellently made. Their most noteworthy quality so far is they will only function when activated by their owners. Thus far, all we've gotten from our analysis has been reams of junk data. Well, maybe they use the unique qualities of each person's spirit as kind of a key. And the person's spirit is definitely something you can't just crank out a copy of. Could be they've got a completely secure system, probably called a spirit code or something like that. How? How do you know all this? This hunch thing he has? I don't know a thing, I'm just pulling all this from the usual place. Those were all just guesses. You need to give logical explanations to support your hypothesis. Lecter was telling me about his intuition earlier today, but sheesh, these two. Yep, like a bucket of vinegar and a pile of baking soda. This will probably go on for a while, so let's just let them fight about it. I don't know if that's the best option. Just look at them argue, it's a beautiful thing. No intention of stopping them, I take it. By the way, don't you have some guild business to discuss with Lecter? Oh yeah, about reopening the branches outside of Heimdall. I'm saving that for later. Figured it'd be best to bring that up when I had Fee with me. Oh, Fee the Bracer too. Tell me, how did you know all of that? Spit it out. I require a full logical explanation and not one iota less. Good luck. Man, I really got myself caught by some real troublemakers. Well, honestly, it was your own fault. But you really didn't know about their Ramdas? I mean, sure, I had my suspicions. Huh? Just between you and me, I hear there's an artifact that can perfectly encrypt communication data. It can connect across any distance and even serve as a terminal for multiple devices. What? Could that be? And can't you guys just let me enjoy myself? I got people to schmooze and hors d'oeuvres to snuff. That's our Lecter, unfortunately. Oy 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 oy. Oh my goodness. Oh my damn.
Excuse me, are you Miss Elisa Reinford of the RF group? You're one of the members of the Class 7, right? The one who saved Cedric's life in the Civil War? And now you're the director of the 4th Developmental Division. I saw the interview you had with the Imperial Chronicle. It was so inspiring. My name's Ada Grant. I'm from Class 1 at Thor's main campus, and it's really an honor to meet you.
Aw, that's really flattering. Thank you. I'm happy to meet you too, Ada. I think you might be overselling me a bit, though.
There's no need to be modest, Elisa. You really are an incredible woman.
Exactly. It's one of my goals to be even half as lovely and skilled as you are. Wow. Well, from what I hear, you're pretty skilled already. You got 2nd place in the midterm exams out of both Thor's campuses combined, right?
Those are just grades. When I think about everything you and your class accomplished, scoring high on a test seems so insignificant.
Nonsense. You shouldn't ever devalue your own hard work. Hey, maybe you should come work for me after you graduate.
Just kidding.
Oh,
I think you stunned her into silence. Sorry. I still haven't decided what to do after I graduate.
Don't stress over it. Just keep it in mind as one of your potential choices.
I will. Thank you so much.
Looks like Elisa's in recruitment mode too. Also, Ada seems to know a lot about Class 7. I wonder if that's the reason she enrolled at Thor's in the first place.
Because of the restructuring of the main campus this year, we students are being strongly encouraged to get jobs with the military or government. I've been agonizing over what I should do even before I enrolled at Doors. I actually considered going to St. Estrella at one point.
You don't say.
Yes, I knew Princess Alphen was attending the school, and I thought I might be able to find a path to follow there. But then I heard about a heroic group of students from Doors fighting in the Civil War. That's what led to my decision.
I'm happy to hear we were able to inspire you like that.
Now she can carry on the Thor spirit just like you did. I suppose no matter which school you ended up choosing, you would have been able to meet someone from the Imperial family. I almost wish we could have gone to school together. But of course, we can still be friends now. I look forward to seeing you more in the future, Ada.
Yes, so do I.
She may not be related to Instructor Reen by blood, but she's just as wonderful a person as he is.
Whoa, I wish she'd say that to my face.
Is everything alright?
No, yes. Sorry, it's nothing. Looks to me like you're still agonizing over what to do after graduation. No, it was something else. I mean...
I'm happy to see the three of them getting along so well.
What will you two be doing about the dance after this?
Right. Well, traditionally it's the man who asks the woman out.
Yes, if he asks me, I certainly won't decline.
Oh god, I'm not gonna ask either of you. Sorry.
Both of them seem fidgety. I wonder what's going on.
But if I have to choose between Elisa, Elise, and Alphen, I'm gonna choose Alphen. Yep.
They're both so lovely, and there are a lot of things I'd like to talk with them about, but it seems as though there may be some tension regarding the dance. I wonder what's going on.
You don't want to know, Ada. You don't want to know.
Ada's so brilliant and can do so much that she's probably having a hard time deciding what to do. But it was wonderful to hear that you had such an impact on her that she wanted to enroll at Doors.
It really is an honor. I'm thrilled. Seems like the wall between the main and branch campuses is all but gone.
You know, I feel like Ada and I have a lot in common. It would be nice to talk to her more often. I hope that the future holds more opportunities for cross-campus interaction.
Oh, there you are, Reen. That girl, Ada. She's from the main campus, right? I'm pretty impressed with her. I ended up giving her an invite to come work for me.
I guess you're more like your mom than you think, Elisa. Uh-oh.
That's the last thing I want to hear.
But since you brought it up, is this the kind of mindset Mother has?
It's a relief to see that the next generation of Thor students is so impressive.
I'm happy to see we've left Thor's in good hands. I hope we see some of them at RF after graduation.
Can only hope. Okay guys, this is a good place to stop this episode. Now I know what some of you were talking about in the comments. I'm like, because in the last episode, a bunch of you guys were like, oh man, why do we have to talk to so many people? And I'm like, it's not so bad. We already talked to everyone. Oh my god. Oh no. That's why I was laughing so hard earlier. I see now. I get it now. But I mean, how often are we gonna get interactions between these particular people in these particular groups, you know? Never. This is probably like the only time. So the developers, I guess, just wanted you to experience how certain characters would have interacted with the others. Instead of fans thinking, oh, I wonder how these two would have talked. You know, they're just giving you a little slice of that. It's not like they could put everybody interacted with everybody. That would be hours of talking. So I appreciate it. And yeah, I guess for people who don't like reading too much dialogue, it could be a hassle. But these games are very story heavy. So you gotta expect that from these games. It's pretty much what they're known for. And I appreciate it. You know, writers took the time to write all of these conversations out with every character in mind and how they would have interacted with the other. So I appreciate it 100%. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm sorry, it's just a bunch of talking.
No.
And then it's not even the most exciting conversations, but they're neat, they're wholesome. And I'm sorry it's gonna be another episode of this, the next one. But hopefully after that we'll finally we'll get it rolling and get on with the dance. I have no idea how the dance is gonna go. I'm super excited for that, so we'll see how that goes. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give it a like, comment below your thoughts, share the video, and subscribe to this channel for more episodes into the series. Until the next one, you take a lot of care. Janet!